Y'all, this whole lawsuit situation is so much juicier than I was expecting. Before we get into today's video, I just want to let you guys know that this video is for educational purposes only. Please remember to be kind to everybody everywhere in your everyday life, in your home, in the grocery store, and especially in the comment section down below. Please do not show hate to anybody, anywhere. So good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody doing today? I hope you all are having an amazing day. I hope you all have had a wonderful week. I hope everybody's getting geared up for a nice weekend. I know for us here in Florida, it is very cold. I mean, colder, way colder than a lot of us are used to, and it's seemingly only going to continue to get colder. So I hope that you guys are having a great week. I hope y'all are bundled up if it's cold where you are at, and yeah. So in today's video, a lot of y'all have been asking me to look into this whole Blake Lively situation, and I'd looked into a couple things, and I'll be honest with you guys, I was kind of bored with it. I was like, no offense or anything, but just kind of like rich people doing rich people things. But the more that I looked into this, I'm like, I can believe it, but I'm also like, what is really going on here? Before we go any further, I did want to stop and thank today's sponsor, Factor. It is a new year, y'all, and a lot of people have new nutrition goals. And Factor helps meeting those nutrition goals easier than ever by delivering fresh, never frozen, dietitian-approved meals right to your front door. Factor's team of gourmet chefs create each meal using only ingredients with integrity that will help you feel your best all day long. And if you have new goals this year of 2025 to eat more protein, to eat more during the day so you're not starving in the evenings when you get home and you're just reaching for anything in the cupboard or the cabinet, if you're just trying to watch your calories this year, or you're trying to watch your carbs, or maybe eat more vegan or more vegetarian, Factor has you covered, and they will take the stress out of meal planning and completely set you up for success. Now, not only have I been using Factor and loving Factor for years, but my family eats Factor as well. And with Factor, you can completely skip going to the grocery store and the prep work and the cleanup, and you can get these delicious meals delivered right to your door, and all you got to do is pop them in the microwave for 2 to 3 minutes, and boom, they are ready to go. In fact, Factor offers a bunch of different things like snacks and smoothies and different breakfast meals, and you can get even wings and different small bites. So if you are working on the job, if you are working in an office, if maybe you pack your spouse's lunch and you want to put a variety of different things in there, but you also want to keep up with what they're eating, you can easily do that using Factor. And if you're looking for gourmet meals, which are absolutely my favorite, you can try the meals that premium feature ingredients like salmon, filet mignon, steak, truffle butter, shrimp, broccolini, and asparagus. If you want to try Factor, all you got to do is go to factor75.com or just click the link down in the description box and use my code 50 Christina Randall, and you can get 50% off of your first Factor box today, plus free shipping. Yes. All you got to do is go to factor75.com, use my code 50 Christina Randall, and you can save today. Thanks again, Factor. This would be a good spot to let you guys know that I am not a professional. Everything in this video is alleged. Go do your own research, form your own opinions. I'm going to be pulling my information from very public sources that is already out there. I'm going to pop some stuff up on the screens for you so you can read and follow along and see for yourself. But please go do your own research and form your own opinions because I'm not a professional. Okay, so as I am sure you all know, 37-year-old Blake Lively is a very well-known American actress who has been in the headlines lately for a recent set of lawsuits. Before we talk about those lawsuits, let's talk about Blake Lively and just kind of give some background on her. So Blake Lively was born on August 25th of 1987 in Los Angeles, California. Blake's mother, Elaine, worked as a talent scout, and her father, Ernie, was an actor. So I learned that just recently, and it seemingly like she was born into this lifestyle, okay? Blake has an older brother, and she has 3 half-siblings. Her parents and her siblings all have worked in the entertainment industry. Now, during Blake's childhood, according to the information that's out there, her parents actually took her with them while they taught acting classes instead of leaving her with a babysitter. Blake says that because of this, her parents helped her learn and gain confidence at a young age. So as she got older, she began to work in the industry herself. It's almost like she organically went right into it, right? Instead of being with a babysitter, playing with blocks and Legos, she was going to watch her parents teach acting since she was small. Now, Blake made her professional debut at the age of 10 back in 1998 in a movie named Sandman. This movie was actually directed by her father. Blake has said that she wasn't initially interested in acting, and she actually wanted to go to Stanford University after she graduated high school. While she was in high school, Blake was a cheerleader. She was also a member of the choir, and she was even class president. However, her brothers had their talent agents send several audition opportunities to Blake during her summer breaks from school. This is what led to Blake getting her role in, and I know a lot of y'all remember this, the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants back in 2005. Y'all, I loved that movie. Do you hear me? She filmed her scene between her junior and senior years of high school, her scenes of that movie. Now, Blake's career essentially took off right from there. In 2007, she landed her infamous role in the series Gossip Girl. She went on to return to her role in The Sister of the Traveling Pants Part 2. She's been in several movies and had other appearances since, but most notably, New York, I Love You, The Age of Adeline, All I See Is You, and of course, The Green Lantern. Now, The Green Lantern is where she met her husband, Ryan Reynolds. They began dating in 2011, and then by 2012, they got married. They would go on to have 4 children together, and Blake and Ryan have a very close relationship with Taylor Swift. And Blake has even said that Taylor is the godmother to her and Ryan's 3 daughters. Blake has also done things outside of acting, like working on campaigns to bring awareness of missing and exploited children. And I've seen a lot of speeches that she's done on this topic, and it seems like she's a very good advocate in this area. Most recently, though, Blake starred in the film adaptation of Colleen Hoover's novel, It Ends With Us, as lead character Lily Bloom. With that being said, that brings us to the recent lawsuits that I mentioned earlier. Okay, so on December 20th of last year, 2024, Blake filed a complaint against a 40-year-old man named Justin Baldoni and others in California, claiming that she was dealing with harassment and alleged retaliatory public smear campaign to destroy her reputation. Oh my gosh, y'all, when you hear that at first, you think, okay. And then when you get into it, you're like, this is a roller coaster, okay? Justin Baldoni, he starred in the movie with Blake, and he also directed and produced it. So you got one man who was the director, the producer, and the lead star. I don't know how you wear that many hats and keep it all together and keep it fair and stay in character and all of that, but nevertheless, that's what he did. Now, Blake is claiming that Justin exhibited very disturbing and unprofessional behavior on set that led to a hostile work environment. The claim was also filed against producer Jamey Heath. Jamey and Justin's production company, Wayfarer Studios, as well as its co-founder Steve, as well as 2 women named Melissa and Jennifer, who were both publicists that worked on the alleged effort to harm Blake's reputation. So let's briefly talk about who Justin Baldoni is, since he is the main person in these filings. So Justin Baldoni is also an American actor. He's most known for playing Raphael in the show Jane the Virgin. Justin co-founded his production company in 2019, and through his company, he has also produced and co-hosted the Man Enough podcast. It is described as a disruptive panel series that explores what it means to be a man today. Justin has also published 2 books that center on male privilege and toxic masculinity. Justin is married to a woman named Emily, and they have a daughter and a son together. So now let's talk about what exactly is being alleged in these lawsuits. In Blake's complaint, she alleged that before the movie even began filming, Justin inserted improvised, gratuitous, intimate content and or scenes involving lack of clothing. We're just going to say it all like that, okay? That included an underage character in highly unsettling ways. Now remember, he's the main character and he's the producer. So she's saying now that they're getting ready to start filming, now he's inserting all these like inappropriate scenes that she's saying she didn't know about before. She says that this disturbing conduct allegedly continued on while filming as well. The complaint also states that Justin improvised physical intimacy that had not been rehearsed, choreographed, or discussed with Blake, with no intimacy coordinator involved. So basically, it seems like she's alleging that, again, he's the producer and the lead role, that now he's like saying, okay, well, we need to do a little bit more of this on the scene. We need to do a little bit more of that, which if that happened like that, that could be very uncomfortable, okay? Follow me here, though. Blake also accuses Justin and Jamey of entering her trailer uninvited while she was undressed or vulnerable, including when she was breastfeeding her infant. Blake alleged that at one point, Jamey showed her a video of his wife giving birth and that she thought he was showing her explicit materials like porno. And so she stopped him, which if you see up here, this is what she's saying happened with that situation. Now, Blake's lawsuit accuses Jamey specifically of invasive, unwelcomed, unprofessional, inappropriate behavior. Blake's lawsuit alleges that Justin discreetly bit and sucked on Blake's lower lip during a scene where he improvised numerous kisses on each take. Now, again, I wasn't there, but if that happened, listen, they're actors. This is actresses and actors. They're in a whole nother world than me and most of y'all, okay? Like, the things that I'm reading about in here, and we're going to get to Justin's side too, I'm just like, I remember being young and really wanting, you know, like we all see like the Mickey Mouse Club and people that are stars or whatever, and like, oh, that'd be so amazing, this life that they live. And then now that we're older and we have technology and we see things that goes on behind the scenes, you're like, I don't really know if that's the life I would have wanted to live. Matter of fact, I'm sure it wasn't. So allegedly, again, this guy is the producer, so he makes changes, says, no, this kissing scene isn't good enough. Let's do it again. Oh, the kissing scene. Matter of fact, I think the scene would be a little bit better if you put your hand here. Like, we're just throwing these out there. So she's saying that not only did he allegedly improvise these numerous extra kissing scenes with her, but he bit her lip. And oh my gosh, if it I know that they got to do these things. They've got to improvise when they got to make the scene real, but I don't know, okay? It goes on to say that Justin insisted on shooting that same full scene over and over and over again. Somebody get me out of here. That's if that was it. But again, we don't know if this is true or not, okay? On another occasion, according to Blake's lawsuit, it says Blake and Justin were filming a slow dance scene for a montage where there was no sound recorded. And so it was like the silent room. So they're slow dancing in this silent room. It says that Justin chose to let the camera roll and have them perform the scene, but he didn't act out his character. Instead of him being in character, she said that he spoke to her as himself. And at one point, he leaned in and slowly dragged his lips from her ear down to her neck as he said, "It smells so good." According to the suit, none of this was remotely in character or based on any of the dialogue that was actually in the script. So she's basically saying there was no reason that this would have made sense to do this, okay? Blake also alleges that Justin made comments about her weight, and in one situation, she's saying that he even called Blake's personal trainer without her knowledge because he wanted Blake, who had just given birth like 4 months prior, to lose weight within 2 weeks to film a scene where Justin had to pick her up even though no scene existed. So basically he's calling her trainer like, hey, can you get Blake to lose a few pounds? I'm going to have to pick her up in this scene, and we need her to drop some weight. And Blake later finds out, she's like, there was no scene at all for you to pick me up. Why are you contacting him? All of it just seemed very bizarre, allegedly, according to the documents. Some other strange things that Blake's lawsuit alleges is that Justin at one point claimed that he could speak to the dead on several occasions and told Blake that he had spoken to her deceased father. So not only is allegedly all this going on, but now he's like, listen, I've been communicating with your father, okay? Weird. She says that once when she had strep throat, Justin offered to connect Blake with an expert that he had on retainer to help her with her sickness. But when she was filling out the privacy paperwork to see the expert, she realized that they were a weight loss expert. She also alleged that a meeting was held with Justin, Jamey, and other producers, with her husband Ryan being present as well, where they all came up with a plan to improve these working conditions on the set. Blake alleges that some of the points Justin agreed to were having an intimacy coordinator on set when Blake was present. No improvised kissing and no more talk of Justin's own intimate life or his intimate parts, because allegedly he had been telling what his parts was like too. Now, Ryan Reynolds is actually included in Blake's lawsuit as well. It cites that Ryan was affected mentally, physically, and professionally by the pain inflicted on his wife and children. Once the movie wrapped up, Blake claims that Justin and his PR team launched a public smear campaign against her, including screenshots of alleged text messages sent between Justin and the PR team. In Blake's complaint, she alleges that Justin and Jamey's behavior on set, followed by the supposed smear campaign, caused her grief, fear, trauma, and extreme anxiety. So how did Justin respond to this? Well, he has not commented himself publicly about the case. However, he's responded for sure. He responded with a $250 million lawsuit filed against the New York Times for libel, along with other claims due to an article that they posted called "We Can Bury Anyone Inside a Hollywood Smear Machine." And they posted this literally the day after Blake's lawsuit was filed. Now, in the article, the New York Times details this harassment that was claimed by Blake against Justin, and claims that Justin hired a PR crisis team to bury Blake and destroy her credibility. Now, in the filing from Justin, it states that Blake's cynical abuse of harassment allegations to assert control over every aspect of the production was both strategic and manipulative. So he's allegedly, listen, I'm just going to put it out there. There's been a lot of videos going around about Blake and the rumor that her in the industry, she's very controlling. She thinks she's better than, she grew up in this life. Just check out a couple videos here.
First of all, congrats on your little bump.
Congrats on your little bump.
What is the next
what
5 years
mean?
of... Well,
Did
yeah.
you see the movie?
I did see the movie. But I mean...
So if someone understands the themes of this movie, comes across you in public, what's the best way for them to be able to talk to you about this?
Like asking for my address or my phone number or my location share. Or I could just location share you and then we could, Oh my gosh, thank you so much. That's so sweet. I'm gonna put it here because it doesn't go with my outfit, but I will wear it later.
Has been the best part in making this particular movie?
I've noticed so many beautiful crystals on teeth. Is that a big fashion thing?
What has been the best part about making this particular film?
I mean, about teeth gems. Yes, that was really the highlight. Why is Deadpool Wolverine sold out? I'm sorry, I got distracted back there.
Rings. Rings also are my comfort blanket. It's just a very expensive comfort blanket. I should like Snuggies instead as a comfort blanket. Instead, I like Lorraine Schwartz.
This movie, I think that when you see it, it feels like a big, beautiful summer movie, but we didn't have any budget.
Us is in theaters now, so grab your friends, wear your florals, and head out to see it.
So what he is alleging, in my unprofessional opinion here, is that she came in and she thought she was all that in a bag of chips, baby. She was about to run the production and the show. She's this big star, and her husband is Ryan Reynolds, and he's this big star. And when it didn't go her way, she decided she was going to assert her female Me Too movement type of thing in order to either gain control or get him back. That's what it is reading like to me, but I'm not a professional. You make your own decisions. Now, Justin's lawsuit also refuted many of the claims that was made by Blake in her complaint, including some of these harassment allegations. Specifically, Justin said that he was invited to Blake's trailer while she was breastfeeding, and he allegedly had proof because Justin attached a screenshot of an alleged conversation where Blake said, "I'm just pumping in my trailer if you want to work out our lines." And then in this message, Justin responded, "Copy, I'm eating with the crew and then I will head that way." Now, as far as what Blake's lawsuit claimed about how Ryan has been affected by this whole ordeal, Justin's lawsuit claims that Ryan berated Justin at an alleged traumatic meeting at Blake and Ryan's New York City penthouse. Justin stated that he had never been spoken to like that before in his life. So basically, Justin goes to their penthouse to meet with them, and he's basically saying that Ryan Reynolds went off on him. I am curious, we'll just say that, of what all was said. Justin claims that Ryan allegedly demanded an apology for Blake, and he initiated the humiliating berating while other celebrity friends were coming in and out of their penthouse. So you got all these famous people coming in and out of Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively's penthouse. So they're in their stomping grounds. They're in their comfort zone. All these famous people coming in and out. And Ryan allegedly is just like, "You better apologize to her, blah, blah, blah. You're a piece of blah, blah, blah." Whatever he said. So the drama, y'all. Now, in response to Blake's claim that she thought Jamey was showing her something explicit when he allegedly showed her the video of his wife giving birth, Justin's complaint called the video a deeply personal one with no explicit overtone, and that the framing of it as explicit is outrageous and shows the lengths to which Blake and her team are willing to go to defame the plaintiff. In response to Blake's claim that Justin called Blake's personal trainer, y'all remember about the weight situation? Justin claims that he contacted Blake's personal trainer to ask how much Blake weighed, which he said was a reasonable inquiry to the crucial information needed to ensure his safety and to avoid injury because Justin had back issues and multiple bulging discs. Justin's lawsuit also claims that while Blake alleges that his PR team planted like all these negative stories about her in the press, he believes that she is the one who did that about him. Like, she's actually the one planting all these negative things about him. That's what he's saying. Claiming that Blake's publicist planted a story alleging that there were multiple HR complaints during production when he is saying that there actually was not. The lawsuit also added that Blake allegedly initially refused to allow Justin to attend the premiere of It Ends With Us. Only after significant pressure did Blake reluctantly agree to allow Justin and the Wayfarer team, which is his production team, to attend, but under what he considers to be humiliating conditions, including being separated from the main cast and barred from the official after party, which that's a bold move too, you know? Now, the New York Times has come out and defended their story, saying that they believe that it was meticulous and responsibly reported. They also say that the story was based on a review of thousands of pages of original documents, including all kinds of text messages and emails that they quoted accurately at length in the article. They say that they plan on vigorously defending themselves. Justin's team claims that Blake sent the New York Times grossly edited documents for their story prior to her filing her initial complaint. Justin's lawyers most recently have come out and said that Justin is actually planning on suing Blake personally too, okay? And as a matter of fact, allegedly, according to his attorney, once that lawsuit comes out, when he starts personally suing Blake, allegedly, he's going to release all the text messages. Now, I don't know what's in all the text messages, but they're making it sound like, oh, we are sitting on a gold mine of information. So that's a little interesting.
Was there a coordinated smear campaign to bring down Blake Lively?
100% no. You know, Justin Baldoni from the get-go said, I don't want to do anything negative toward her. I don't want to hurt her. I am more than willing to take every single text message that exists out there, lay them out, put them on a website for the world to see, have them see the truth and determine the truth for themselves.
They claim that they have substantial evidence to prove a pattern of bullying and threats by Blake. They say that she bullied her way into getting whatever she wanted. Now, I should mention that when Blake first filed her complaint, it was just a complaint, okay? She just filed this complaint with the California Civil Rights Department. However, since she filed that complaint, and then Justin turned around and filed that legal lawsuit against the New York Times, Blake has now since filed a federal lawsuit for the same issues that she filed in her initial complaint. So just wanted to put that out there for clarity, okay? So originally, she was filing a complaint with California about what she said happened on set. Then he turned around and filed the lawsuit against the New York Times for their article, claiming that they did not actually do their research. He has all these text messages and emails to prove that the stuff that's in her complaint is false, but yet they ran this article anyways. It's like a smear campaign, so he started suing them or put a lawsuit in for $250 million. So then after he did that, then she filed the lawsuit against him with all of the same info from the complaint, now making it a lawsuit. And then he is saying, allegedly, that after he gets all this stuff situated, he's going to sue her personally. So you got complaint, lawsuit, lawsuit, lawsuit. I mean, it is a whole mess. And then on top of all of this, Justin was also hit with a lawsuit from his former publicist, Steph Jones, accusing him of defamation and breach of contract. See, Steph accused Justin of breaching their contract, which required him to pay her $25,000 a month and for leaving to work with two former employees of hers, Melissa Nathan and Jennifer Abel, who both ended up allegedly forming their own rival public relation companies. Steph alleges that Melissa and Jennifer launched Blake's online teardown behind her back. So basically, they're saying that he had these two women on his side, and they started putting all this stuff out in the media about Blake to make her look bad. And there are a lot of allegations between all the publicists that I have not even included in this video. I could do a whole other video, y'all, going back and forth with that. If y'all want me to, let me know down below. Because, oh my gosh. Blake Lively claims that this alleged smear campaign caused the sales of her hair care and her drink brands to plummet 78%. And if that is true, I mean, that is a lot. I mean, you're talking about her business going, shoot, 78%? In her lawsuit, Blake is also asking for punitive damages as well as a money judgment representing compensation damage, lost wages, earnings, and all other sums of money plus interest. Now, given all of this, several prominent celebrities have spoken out regarding these lawsuits. And Colleen Hoover, who is the author of It Ends With Us, posted this message in support of Blake on her Instagram account. Blake Lively, you have been nothing but honest, kind, supportive, and patient since the day we met. And then along with that statement, you can see here, she posted a photo of the two of them hugging at the screening of the film. Thank you for being exactly the human that you are. Never change, never wilt. Several of Blake's co-stars in the movie have also spoken out in support of her, and even celebrities completely unrelated to this movie have spoken out in support as well, like Blake's co-stars from the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, Amber, America, and Alexis. Actors Gwyneth Paltrow and Amy Schumer have also spoken out in support. Now, Amber Heard told NBC News the alleged smear campaign against Blake is horrifying and destructive, and saying that she has seen it firsthand, close up. Now, mind you, if y'all don't remember during the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial, that is when I realized that these rumors or conspiracies that these big machines, these big industries control a lot of comment sections. We already know the media, you guys, when we're seeing the same things over and over and over and over and over again, okay? But the comment sections, but during the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial, this is when Amber Heard accused Johnny Depp of having his PR team put out smear campaign stuff about her and having bots comment in the comment section, because some people's minds are changed And there's actual scientific research that shows like the herd mentality. So a person may see something and they go, it's not that bad. But then they go and read the comment section and everybody's like, this is horrible. This is terrible. This is the worst thing ever. And then their mind starts to change, which I don't know if Johnny Depp really did that or not. But what it taught me is that type of thing really does exist. So it is alleged that stuff like that is happening again, which just tells me that none of this stuff is real, basically. Like, there are so many things, all of these publicists behind the scenes that we're talking about here, these PR teams, these because two main co-stars in a movie got into it, whether who was really wrong or not. All we do know is things are weird in that world. Very weird. Since the filming, Justin's talent agency decided to drop him too, based to the seriousness of the allegations against their other client, Blake. Justin had actually won the Voices of Solidarity Award for remarkable men who have shown courage and compassion in advocating on behalf of women and girls. The award was actually rescinded after Blake's filing was filed. And it's hard to know really who's telling the truth about all of this. Maybe it's a little bit of both from both Blake and Justin. Some people believe that Blake only made her initial complaint, which wasn't actually a legal lawsuit, if again you remember, just to try to recover her reputation after she had a bunch of bad press about the way she has acted in press interviews in the past. Then, with Justin's lawsuit against the New York Times, Blake felt obligated to file a lawsuit against Justin. Some people believed that Justin did act inappropriately on set and that he should be held accountable for it, regardless of all of the drama between the publicists. There are many layers to these allegations, and like I said before, you let me know if you want me to do a part 2 or a deep dive into everything between the publicists. It will be very interesting if this trial is public. I know that a jury trial is requested. Some sources even say demanded, that it's being demanded that this is a jury trial. And it'll be interesting if it's public, like the Johnny Depp and the Amber Heard trial was. The only thing that I actually really feel sure about as an unprofessional, as my opinion right now, is I just think it's probably a little weird and maybe not a great idea even for the actor or the actress to be the producer and the lead role, especially when you have intimate scenes. Because if you're like, no, we need to do that kiss again. Like, no, I think it would be much better if we did this scene with no clothes on. Like when it's the producer, because they're the person actually controlling the scenes as well. So whether all of his intentions were perfect, I have no idea. Never even heard of this guy before this. So if y'all are fans of Justin's, forgive me, right? But being the producer and the lead male role and all these, and I just feel like, maybe let somebody else produce it. And that way you can just, I don't know. Let me know what y'all think down below. Other than that, I love y'all. I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend. And I will see y'all in the next video. Love you guys. Bye.